Hey everyone, it's DJ from the Bear Essentials, and today I'm going to show you a few of the various buck saws and sling options that we have. So the first option is the wax canvas sleeve. There's a small little button here, and inside you have your buck saw. The waxed canvas is really good because it's completely water resistant, and it's a really heavy duty material. Just clips on. You could carry the sleeve just like this. The reverse side of the sleeve has a little ring here, so you can attach that to whatever you want. It's the attachment point of your pack or when you're on site. The second option is the wax canvas sling. Now this sling is in brown or OD green, and it holds your buck saw as well as your axe. So in here right now we have a 19-inch small forest axe by Grants Forest Brook. As you can see, it doesn't stick too far at the top, so we'll just open it up. Inside you have your axe, and below that you have your buck saw. There's actually 2 pockets in there. So we'll take out our buck saw. Now you have your windlass on top. The way I open it up is I butt this against my chest or stomach, and I'm going to slide that windlass out. Then I'm going to flip the saw upside down and open it like this. Now I could slide that cross beam back in the tenon and mortise joint. And we're going to wind up this windlass. So I get the question a lot of how many times do you crank this windlass? I do it 10 times. You want it to a point where the blade is not wobbly. It's going to be hard to turn. If after a long time you lose some tension on your paracord, you might have to do it 11 times. If the paracord is tighter, it might only be 9 times. So now the saw is ready to go. You want that as tight as possible, and then when you're done, when you want to set your saw down and continue, just unwind that windlass 2 or 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Make sure to catch it as it goes around so it doesn't spin too hard and hit that wood. The reason for taking off tension is so your paracord doesn't stretch. Now you can leave the saw there for a day, 2 days, however long. When you're ready to cut firewood again, wind it up 2-3 times and you're ready to go. Collapsing the saw is very similar. We'll just unwind. When there's no more tension, we could let it fly. Now we'll take out the crossbeam. And we're going to collapse the saw just in reverse of what we did before. Take that windlass, slide it into the leathers. And there you go. So we're going to put the buck saw in the back case, and in the front we'll have our axe. One thing to note is when you have an axe in there with your saw, you want the axe head, which is the heavier weight, towards the bottom. That way when you throw this on your back, that weight is going to be snug to your back. See what's snug there? If I have it the reverse, that's going to be falling off my back a little bit. Now this is the OD sling, and as you can see there's a bigger axe in it. This one is the Grants Forest Brook Scandinavian Forest Axe, and this axe is about 24 inches long, and as you can see you could have an axe that's way bigger, 24, even up to 30. It'll just stick out the top and it's still usable. This is the mahogany buck saw. I'm going to slide that windlass out, turn it around, and open. Now this crossbeam is going back in, and I'm going to wind this windlass 9 to 11 times. So this one only needs 10. Now, an important thing to note, if you're not winding the windlass up enough, your blade will be wobbling and it'll bend. When you're trying to cut through wood, you'll see a bend in it. That's how you know to crank it up one more time. And again, when you're done sawing, just undo the windlass carefully 2 or 3 times so there's no more tension in this paracord so it doesn't lose its elasticity. I get asked a lot what the difference between the mahogany and the walnut bucksaw is. In terms of wood, they're almost exactly the same. I've gone through so many different woods to find the perfect one. The reason why the mahogany and the walnut are 2 of the very best woods for this situation is they're lightweight, they're strong, and they're rot resistant. I could get way into the details, but just know I've tried nearly every type of wood, and these 2 are the absolute best. And they're beautiful too. In terms of weight, the mahogany bucksaws are going to be a tiny bit lighter. Both saws come in at about 1 pound, give or take, because every saw is completely unique. And the main differences are in the grain patterns after that. The walnuts have some very interesting grains. Sometimes you get some dark wood, sometimes you get some mix of sapwood, which is the lighter wood in there. The mahoganies have a beautiful property where they reflect light, and at different angles where you look at it, it looks like they're different colors. It's really cool. And there it is. So these are the different versions of the slings and sleeves. The one that holds your axe and your saw is called a sling. The one that holds just your bucksaw is called a sleeve. And they're all made of waxed canvas, all handcrafted here in Canada. I'm really proud of these, and they all come with a lifetime warranty because I'd really love to have a product out there that is quality, that's an heirloom, and it's a work of art. And these bucksaws and these slings are just the perfect mixture of functionality mixed with a beauty too. They work so well and are extremely lightweight and perfect for backpacking, camping, or cottaging. It's a tool that you really only need to buy once, and you could keep it for your whole camping career, make lots of memories with it, hang it on the wall at the end of the day, or pass it down to the next generation. Thank you so much everyone for watching. Again, I'm DJ, and this is the Bare Essentials.